ever get that feeling like you're about to crack open something truly ancient.
Mm.
That's the vibe I'm getting from this Liber LXV. You guys sent this in for the deep dive.
Yeah.
Liber Cordis Cincti Serpente, or The Book of the Heart, Girt with the Serpent. Wow.
Right.
Those titles alone, I'm hooked. What is it about this book?
Well, it's not just a standalone book, you see.
Right.
It's part of a much larger collection.
Okay.
And it's deliberately shrouded in obscurity, like it only wants to reveal its secrets to a select few.
Oh, okay. So talk about a challenge then.
Right.
Right. This deep dive, we're dealing with a text that's swimming in symbolism.
Absolutely.
But you know us, we're going to help guide you through it.
We'll do our best.
Right. Because I know the language is supposed to be super poetic and all this other stuff.
It's incredibly poetic, yeah. And esoteric, which can make it tough to interpret, for sure. But
that's part of the fun.
it is, yeah. That's part of what draws people to this text, is that you have to wrestle with it a bit. It's not just going to give you all the answers up front.
It's not an easy read. I like it.
Exactly, exactly.
So first things first, right off the bat, I'm seeing this heart entwined with a snake. Like, that's a thing.
It's a recurring motif throughout.
It is.
Yeah.
What's your take on that? What's going on there?
It's a fascinating pairing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you have the heart, which in this context probably represents the individual.
So like who we are.
Right, that innermost being. And then you have the serpent,
Okay.
which is often associated with a kind of transformative force,
I could see that, yeah.
whether it's spiritual awakening or hidden knowledge.
Ooh, hidden knowledge.
Oh, or even that, like raw primal energy within us.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
So like who we are now and then who we could become.
Yeah.
That kind of push and pull.
Exactly, yeah. That inner tension, I think, that a lot of
Okay.
us can relate to, between the comfort and then the unknown.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So transformation, duality, those are big themes in Liber LXV, right? We see that in The Heart and the Serpent, but the text doesn't shy away from like death and rebirth.
Yeah.
Talk about transformation. What's that all about?
It's interesting because you see these vivid descriptions of kind of moving through different states of being.
Oh,
And it really emphasizes the idea that to grow, to truly evolve,
yeah.
we have to embrace those opposing forces within ourselves.
So we have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable a little bit.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And, this idea of shedding our skin like a snake,
Right.
right, to evolve and transform.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It resonates with a lot of different spiritual traditions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which ones?
Oh, think about like the Ouroboros,
Okay.
the serpent biting its own tail,
Right.
the circle.
Yeah.
It represents this cyclical nature
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
of life, death, and rebirth.
So it keeps going, that cycle. And you see that in the text, these cycles.
We see these echoes, yeah, definitely. I think one of the things that Liber LXV seems to be saying
Yeah.
is warning us against becoming too fixated on a destination
Oh, wow. Okay.
and reminding us that the real growth, the real journey, actually happens along the way.
So it's not about the top of the mountain. It's about the climb.
It's about the climb. I love that.
It's about the climb. Okay. So speaking of journeys, there's a lot of weird stuff in here.
Oh, yeah. We're just getting started.
I know. I'm just thinking like, okay,
Yeah.
dolphin to bird
Oh, yeah.
to fawn. What is happening there?
It's metamorphosis in action.
Metamorphosis. Okay.
Right. You've got this dolphin
Roche.
of the vast ocean
Oh, right.
transforms into a bird,
Right.
takes to the sky,
Right.
boundless, limitless,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
and ultimately becomes a fawn.
So it's like it keeps evolving.
Grounded in the heart of the forest.
Yeah.
It really illustrates, I think, the idea that our potential for growth is limitless.
Yeah. So each stage is building on the last one.
Yeah.
And just when you think you've got it figured out, new form, new perspective.
Exactly, exactly. And it's not just about those grand sweeping transformations either,
Mhm.
because you also have this very interesting pairing of the hummingbird
Oh, yeah.
and the Urius serpent.
That's a weird pairing. What's going on there?
The tiny hummingbird
Yeah, small. I get it.
and this mighty serpent.
Yeah,
Right.
my serpent.
A powerful symbol in ancient Egypt of royalty and divine authority.
Oh, okay.
And Liber LXV seems to argue that even the smallest amongst us, just like the hummingbird,
Uh-huh.
can aspire to that wisdom and power
Okay.
embodied by that serpent.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's not about where you start. It's about, like, I don't know,
Recognizing that potential.
recognizing that potential within yourself. Yeah. Okay, got it.
Liber LXV champions dedication and perseverance.
Okay.
on the path to self-discovery.
Self-discovery, okay.
Yeah, and it reminds us that transformation is an ongoing process.
Right, constant, not just like a one and done.
Exactly.
Okay, this is great, but we'd be remiss if we didn't mention this.
What's that?
Liber LXV.
Yeah.
Not an easy text.
No.
Even for, like, scholars out there who are debating the meaning.
Absolutely.
What do you make of that?
Well, I think that's part of what makes this so exciting.
Oh.
Because it doesn't give us easy answers.
Yeah.
It acknowledges its own complexity. It even warns against misinterpretation.
Oh, really?
It invites us to engage with it on multiple levels.
It's like, are you sure? Are you ready for this?
Exactly.
What I'm hearing.
Right. So some people interpret it as a guide for spiritual development.
Right.
Others see it as a reflection on human nature.
Right.
Or a critique of societal norms.
So where does that leave us?
It leaves us with the understanding that, you know, what you take away from this is deeply personal.
Oh.
There's no one right interpretation.
Oh, okay. So it's about what speaks to you.
It really is about engaging with the text on your own terms.
Okay.
Exploring the symbolism and seeing what resonates with you.
Oh, I like that. So it's a mirror reflecting back, basically. And there's one part, actually, I wanted to ask you about.
Yeah.
Where it talks about the scribe.
Oh, yes.
And how he's like, what am I doing?
He's tasked with writing down these revelations.
Yeah.
But he struggles with them.
Yeah. He's like, wait a minute.
Questions them.
Yeah.
Doubts. Experiences frustration.
Humanizes it.
Incredibly humanizing, I think.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, who hasn't felt that way?
Yeah.
Like trying to understand something so profound.
Right.
You kind of feel like you're in over your head a little.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what's so refreshing about Liber LXV.
Yeah.
Is that it acknowledges that seeking knowledge, especially knowledge about things that are difficult to even categorize.
Yeah, okay.
It's not always going to be a smooth process.
You're going to hit some bumps.
There are going to be bumps. There's going to be moments of doubt, moments of confusion, even frustration.
And that's okay.
And that's okay. It's part of the process. I love that.
Yeah, it's like it's giving us permission.
Exactly.
To not have it all figured out.
Absolutely.
I like that.
So we were talking about transformation, duality.
Oh, yeah.
We see that in the heart and the serpent imagery.
Right.
But there's also this really interesting relationship between the scribe and this divine figure.
Okay, I was wondering where you were going to go with that one. Because it's Adonai, right?
Adonai.
And it's like reverence, but then they're also
playful.
They're poking at each other a little bit.
This is intimacy.
Yeah, it's a little, I don't know, it's a weird vibe.
It's a departure from the more traditional depictions of divinity, wouldn't you say?
For sure, because it's not what you'd expect.
Yeah, you don't often see that, this teasing.
Yeah, it's like they're almost playing a game, like a cosmic game or something.
Yeah, and I think that points to another really important theme that we see in Liber LXV.
Okay.
Which is this importance of embracing the unknown.
So not just accepting it.
Celebrating it.
Celebrating it, okay.
Like finding joy in the mystery instead of being afraid of it.
Okay. I like that, because sometimes I do get a little afraid.
Oh, absolutely.
I like my boxes, you know?
Sure.
But this is saying, like, no, get out of your box.
I think what Liber LXV is trying to tell us is that clinging too tightly to certainty can actually hold us back. That sometimes true understanding requires us to lean into that void a little bit.
Okay.
To let go of that need to control and define everything.
Let go of the control. Oh, man. That's hard.
It's a process, right?
It is. It's a journey. Speaking of journey, you see that in the language, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Because there's a lot of paradoxes, juxtapositions.
The visible and the invisible, right?
The known and the unknown.
The known and the unknown.
Exactly. Like, what are we even talking about? But I kind of get it, you know?
And I think that's deliberate, right? It's Liber LXV, delighting in this idea of blurring the lines.
Oh, I see. It's intentional.
It's intentional.
Okay.
Because it's saying that these seemingly opposing forces, they're actually interconnected.
Okay. It's all connected. Got it.
And we see that even in the depiction of the divine in this text.
Oh, yeah.
It's not all light.
Okay. What else is there?
There's shadow. There's this darkness.
Ooh, darkness. I like
There's even a sense of primal chaos.
So it's real. It's acknowledging that that exists.
It's acknowledging that it exists. And I think that's what's so powerful about Liber LXV.
Okay.
Is that it's challenging our very notion of what divinity even represents.
Okay. So not just the good stuff.
Not just the good stuff. There's more to it. It's more nuanced. And I think ultimately it gives us a much more realistic reflection of the forces at play.
Okay.
Both in the universe and within ourselves.
I like that.
Right. It's Liber LXV saying, Look at the shadows, too. Confront the darkness within yourself, the darkness in the world around you.
Embrace all of it.
Embrace the totality of existence.
Okay. That's a lot.
It's a lot to process.
It's a lot.
But at the same time, amidst all of that complexity and ambiguity, don't you feel this undercurrent of hope running through Liber LXV?
I do, actually. Yeah, I do. Because, yeah, it's a lot, but there's also this, like you said, hope.
It's like a subtle reassurance that even in the midst of immense challenges, profound mysteries, there's always this potential for transformation, for growth, for something extraordinary to emerge.
It's like a little seed, you know.
Exactly.
A little seed of hope that's like pushing up.
I love that.
Yeah. Even when it's surrounded by all that darkness.
And that's the beauty of it, right? Because even when we're faced with the unknown, Liber LXV is urging us to embrace that possibility.
Don't shy away from it.
To step outside of our comfort zone, to see what unfolds.
And that's kind of what we're doing with this deep dive, right?
Exactly. We're exploring this intricate, symbolic world, not knowing exactly what we'll find, but trusting the process.
Trusting the process, okay.
And through that exploration, we uncover these hidden meanings. And we start to maybe see things within ourselves that we didn't even realize were there.
I like that a lot. So we're trusting the process, but then there's the ending.
Oh, the ending.
Which is a whole other thing.
We could spend a whole other deep dive on that.
I know, right? Because it's like, what has happened?
What is happening?
Because there's this image, and it's very vivid.
Well, incredibly vivid.
But it's also very confusing. It's like a book sealed with a number and a heart devoured by a serpent. And then milk of the stars.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there.
It's a lot.
But maybe that's the point, right?
Okay.
It's almost like Liber LXV is saying that some truths, they're just beyond language.
Okay.
They're beyond pure intellect. You can't just grasp them with your mind. Yeah. You have to feel them.
So it's almost like it's too big to even put into words.
Exactly. Exactly.
Which is interesting because it's a book of words.
Right. Right. But it's pointing to something beyond that.
Beyond that. Okay.
I think Liber LXV doesn't just want to fill our heads with information. It wants to awaken something much deeper.
I like that. So after this whole deep dive into Liber LXV, where do we even find ourselves?
Hopefully with more questions than answers.
No, it's got a lot of questions.
And a thirst to explore further, right? Because I think Liber LXV, it's not about giving us a neat little package.
Yeah, it's not that kind of book.
It's not a textbook.
Yeah.
It's about sparking that curiosity, challenging our assumptions, and encouraging us to keep seeking.
Yeah, like we were saying, embracing the mystery.
Exactly.
There's that line. I love this line. It says, "Let darkness cover up the writing." It's such a good line.
Oh, it's a challenge, isn't it?
It's like, are you brave enough to figure this out?
And what's amazing is how a text written centuries ago,
so long ago,
can still feel so relevant.
Totally.
Right? Like in a world that's saturated with information.
Yeah, we're bombarded all the time.
Liber LXV is reminding us that true wisdom, it often resides in the spaces between.
Ooh, I like that.
In the silence.
Yeah.
In the unanswered questions.
It's not about having it all figured out.
Exactly.
Which I like. It's freeing in a way.
Absolutely.
So I think that's a good place to maybe,
wrap it up.
Yeah. Wrap it up. We've been on a journey. Liber LXV. What a text, guys. If you're intrigued, check it out. See what you think. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.